check 下 check 下 check 下 check 下，喇叭得咪得唔得？得。試下喇叭先。
讓你無廝守一生的決心，請不要愛上我這麼一個人，在你字典中一句揮之則去，對我已過分。我承認都是飾演惹的禍，偏偏似倘如你說來最動人，再怎麼心如鋼鐵，也纏繞指柔。
OK 啦，開始。嗱，琴日咧就西班牙對阿根廷啦，哇！西班牙就贏咗一球就贏第二，佢下個update嘅球隊咧就有兩個星啦，但係咧佢就阿根廷有個醜，美國同阿根廷有個醜聞喎，所以就亦我係揾到咧，就 Donald Trump 嗰個乜嘢講問話先。
Today's game.
Mr. President, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Hard to believe that the FIFA World Cup is coming to an end. You played such a role in bringing it here. What have been the highlights for you?
Well, I think my first meeting with Johnny, he's fantastic, the job he's done, and he had this idea, and I said, that's crazy. We're not a soccer country. And it turns out we are a soccer country. We're a football country, but we don't want to get it confused. But I don't think there's ever been anything like what's happened with the whole World Cup. It's been beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to watch, and I really give Johnny the credit.
It has been so special to see fans from around the world fall in love with our country, with America. How proud does that make you?
Well, I watched it started with Scotland, and all of a sudden they're doing things that nobody's ever seen with the bagpipes, and it was beautiful, and it just went to every country. And they're realizing what a great country this is. We're the hottest country in the world right now. For this helped. But for a lot of other reasons, we have trillions of dollars being spent in the United States. They're coming from all over the world, and they're spending their money here. And we've never had a period, I call it the golden age of America. It's amazing. But I'll tell you, the World Cup, this is your deal, right? The World Cup. But the World Cup has really helped. It's been tremendous. It's gotten the word out. And nobody thought it was possible. I heard numbers that it's many times what's ever been done before. So that's great.
You're such a sports fan. We just had UFC at the White House. We have the Olympics coming, and a big one on Fox, the Freedom 250 IndyCar race. How much are you looking forward to it?
Well, Roger Penske's a friend of mine, and he's been trying to get this race for 25 years. And he's had no luck in Congress. Congress is a tough place. He said, I've come here 212 times or something, some massive number like that. And over many, many years, and he always went home empty-handed. He's not used to that. He came to see me. He said, I saw Trump for 15 minutes, and we had a deal done. And not only done, it's going to be the best track you can imagine down Pennsylvania Avenue around the Capitol. That race is going to be something, and I think they have 400,000 people already signed up. And we had UFC, which was their record they've never done. I think it was the all-time fight record in front of the White House, at the front door of the White House. And some fights that were incredible. When you look at those last couple of fights, they were incredible, actually.
Back to this FIFA World Cup, I gotta ask. Argentina, Spain.
Yeah.
Give me a prediction.
Well, I knew you were going to ask, so I thought about it I thought about it a lot. I knew that was a question I hate to get involved, even though politically it doesn't matter so much. The head of Argentina is a friend of mine. He's done a terrific job. Yeah, but I would say that it's hard to bet against Messi. I watched that pass. I guess you'd call it a pass. It was exactly perfect, although it takes some talent to hit the ball off the head coming at that speed. But that was perfect. If you had a strike zone, it was exactly where it had to be. And I watched also just before that the way he got away from the defender. He was very well defended. All of a sudden he's standing by himself. And he kicked it perfectly, and it's hard to bet against him. So I won't pick sides. I just think it's very hard to bet against Messi. He's great.
Well, on that note, where does he rank in terms of all-time greats?
Well, I think he's great, and Ronaldo's great. And I hate to say this, but I've watched Pelé when he was with the Cosmos. A friend of mine, Steve Ross, who headed up Warner Communications, and he was fantastic. And he brought soccer. He had a team, the Cosmos, and they signed Pelé. I got to see Pelé play, and he was great. Look, these are great players, and there's some others. Look at France. He had a little rough game the last time, but he's certainly one of the greats. I get this information from my son. My son Baron is a tremendous soccer fan. But you have some other really incredible players playing here. But I would say right now, when you look, I've always liked Ronaldo. I've always liked Messi. I met Messi just recently. And I have known Cristiano, and they have a pretty good life. I think they have a very good life, actually. Much easier than my life. I'd switch. I'd like to switch for about a month or so.
Well, why don't you like to see the FIFA World Cup back in America?
Well, I had an idea for Johnny, so he got it all started, and I brilliantly said, well, we'll do it, but you could have a lot of empty stadiums. Didn't work out that way. I think I saw 99.9, and it's probably wrong because I think they were overflowing, actually. But I had a great idea for Johnny. I said, you have to do two countries. So announce us again next time, and announce another country after that. That'll take out some of the anger and the shock. Now, I think it's a great idea. But based on the numbers, we will be requesting it again immediately. But I said to take out the shock, you could announce us, and maybe then for the next one, another, and even another. But we have to do this again, and we have to do it while I'm around. Do you hear that, Johnny?
We got to get Johnny's thoughts. Last thing, Mr. President, why is sport so important in bringing truly the whole world together in this moment?
Just as universal. It's been something from, I guess, probably pretty much the beginning of time. It's a microcosm of life. You win, you lose, but with sports, you see it over a 2-hour period. And in life, you go a whole life before they realize whether or not you're a winner or a loser. That's a long time. And now it's just something very special. And, I know a lot about sports. I know a lot about athletes. And with an athlete, generally speaking, you have to work and all of that. But bottom line, you either have it or you don't.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy this.
I will. I'm going to have a good time. I'll be there.
All right. We look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jenny, thank you so much.
Asked about the Golden Boot race after the match.
Je l'ai dit, Léo il marque tout le temps. Demain il va marquer, c'est sûr. Moi j'essaie juste d'aider mon équipe à chaque fois à marquer. C'est sûr que quand tu marques autant de buts en Coupe du Monde, ça te fait évoluer dans certaines sphères. Mais voilà, j'aurais aimé ne pas être le meilleur buteur de l'histoire et jouer demain le match. Donc je pense que c'est bien pour tout ce qui est héritage et quand on va arrêter de se dire que j'ai été un de ces joueurs-là. Mais aujourd'hui, c'est pas la première chose qui traverse mon esprit.
Merci, Kylian.
So he's the top scorer right now, but just to say again, because Messi has the same number of assists right now, and that's the first tiebreaker. If Messi gets 2 goals and 1 assist in the World Cup final, he will finish with the Golden Boot, or of course, if he gets a hat-trick, he will. So we're coming down to just those two, Lex. I mean, it's a dream too, isn't it?
Yeah, I will say this. We all know that goal scorers are greedy. That's part of what makes them good. But I got to be honest, I don't think Messi is sitting in the hotel a couple miles away here. I don't think he gives a flying you-know-what when it comes to the Golden Boot relative to winning a World Cup. And we even saw Kylian Mbappe there, who is greedy in a good way. I use that term affectionately and as a positive. Say, I would much rather not be in this race and be playing tomorrow. So I think he understands that the goals will last, and the goals last for goal scorers, but winning a World Cup, and when it comes to someone like Messi going back-to-back and winning a World Cup, that carries so much more weight, I think, than the actual goal scorer. Now, the practical part is that in order for Argentina to win, he kind of has to step up and do what he does so well, which is either score or assist.
Yeah, and actually it's quite funny, Peter, when you look at the way that Argentina have won these games this World Cup, he might actually have to get a hat-trick at some point tomorrow.
But they're still up against a team that's only conceded one goal.
True.
So, you know, it's going to be that game tomorrow is not going to be anything like what we've seen today. Got to be more disciplined. Like we've seen there from Kylian Mbappe, what you're saying about Messi, they would much rather win the World Cup than going out there to do some or achieve something individually, but they would much rather win it. That means every player goes on the pitch tomorrow, fully focused, concentrating on the tactics. They're not going to take massive risks in the first hour, depending on, of course, how it goes. It's all going to be contained, controlled, and then they see today, we saw no control, we saw no containment, we saw nothing. We saw gung-ho football. It's not going to be like that tomorrow. I don't think, personally, I don't think Messi, I agree with you, cares, and I don't think he will score a hat-trick tomorrow. I think it's going to be a very close call in who wins the game, and that's going to be very few goals between them.
Spain, incredible against France. Argentina against England. How will it look tomorrow?
Well, Lex, you said it before, you know, you look at the teams and you look at Argentina, they have emotion, they have passion, they are, and I use this word in the best possible, street fighters, you know, they are ready to scrap for anything. They have their leader, their god in Lionel Messi, and they'll follow him to the end of the earth. Then you have Spain, you know, it's calm, it's possession, it's almost poetry, it's structure, and the interchangeable nature of their team is they can change players because they've all played that system from when they were kids. You know, Luis de la Fuente has had, I think, 11 of their players in that squad as youth teamers. So it's such an intriguing matchup because you're going to have so much different contrasting things on the pitch. But I agree with you. I don't think that it's going to be anything like we've seen today, unfortunately, because it's a World Cup final. Nobody's going to want to lose. And that's the big thing. If you go out and you play big, expansive football early, someone's going to catch you out. And the quality that both teams have, if you give Messi an inch, he'll catch you out. If you give Spain an inch, they'll catch you out.
I think the big difference between those two teams is that Spain, they have a way of playing, and it's a brilliant way of playing, and they can perform that way in every game they play. We saw against France, how quickly they moved the ball around, how it was controlled by Rodri, and how elegant it all looks. And when it gets to the point where they need somebody to step up and score, they get that guy in position, or Yasaban in the first, and then Pedro Porro, the right back. It doesn't matter who scores. Argentina, they do what they need to do. They can put a test. So against England, they came out to fight every player. And they came out to disrupt the England game. They came out to make every individual player angry, really angry. You know, a fight was pushing them over. And when they needed to play neat football and actually open up a really solid defence, they also have that ability. And that, I think, is a big difference between the two teams.
I don't think Spain is going to get caught up in the knife fight that is Argentina and what Argentina wants to do, even if they try. The other part is, you know, the other day against England, when Argentina needed to turn it on, they were able to maintain possession of the ball. Playing against Spain, how are you going to get the ball? They will not let you get the ball. Even and especially when you need to get the ball, they will still keep it, and they have the ability to do so on a consistent basis.
Yes or no? If he wins the World Cup, does he win the Ballon d'Or, Messi? Yes or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, then we'll go back down the line. Spain or Argentina? Go.
Spain.
I'll go Spain.
Spain.
Oh, so he's not going to win the Ballon d'Or. 3 Spains on the set. Gentlemen, what an absolute pleasure having your company today. Right under the Brooklyn Bridge. That does it for us, though. Make sure you tune in to After Hours with James Corden at midnight. The special guest, Bryan Cranston. And James will no doubt have his thoughts, of course, on the World Cup final as well. Tomorrow we bring the curtain down on the 23rd FIFA Men's World Cup with Spain taking on Argentina in the final. Our coverage begins at 11 a.m.
Congratulations to Spain, the winners of the 2020.
First meeting with Johnny, he's fantastic.
Picks up his runners up. Here we go. Let's go back.
如果你哋睇過琴日嗰場波咧，我係講得好啱噶，係西班牙對阿根廷係好激烈嘅足球賽事，但係咧佢哋咧阿根廷咧佢哋係有一張紅牌咧，就對我嚟講有一張紅牌咧，就10個人對11個人，就佢係西班牙係贏咗呢一場賽事，就係贏咗呢一點。第二點咧係西班牙真係太過犀利，我自己都冇跟到咁實啦，我都唔，其實我自己都唔知道西班牙嘅守龍門又勁啊，佢嘅前攻咧後衛哇黐線噶，就點射都射唔入噶，西班牙咧就得個嬲字，就唔知做乜嘢咯，就打就你唔知點解佢哋有一個球員咧就嗱就佢嬲還嬲就，但係咧你哋有冇睇到有一個問題啊？有一個西班牙唔知推咗邊嗰個阿根廷嗰一個球員嘅跟就去攻擊人嘅。如果我哋識聽嗰兩個國家嘅語言咧，就知道乜嘢意思啦，就容易去咧搞呢一樣問題咯。哇！喺出面唔知搞乜鬼，唔知搞乜鬼咧就。佢唔好意思，嗰啲英國嘅本地人咧係間唔中係咁嘅。我就而家播俾你哋睇，係啊，就嗰啲英國嘅本地人咧係久唔久咧打惡鬧交㗎，兼咧點會咁人哋嘅嘢，唔好意思啊，就而家俾你睇下，而家佢哋拎咗杯咧，就睇下佢Donald Trump話做乜嘢，唔知我係邊個嘅國家嘅 主持啦。就邊個國家嘅 office 交係咯，就政府嘅交嘅凳啊嚇。
Here we go. Let's go back to Sam.
就啊，就而家開估啦嚇。
Lionel Messi, great respect for one of the greatest players of all time. Back to you, Sam.
Well, let's start by giving the tournament its due as Lionel Messi picks up his runners-up medal. It might not be a final that will be long cherished by anyone outside of Spain, but whatever you thought beforehand of 2018, the biggest World Cup ever, it actually delivered 308 goals, roughly 3 per game, which is brilliant, the highest scoring tournament in 2 generations. We had Curacao, population, 150,000, the smallest nation to play at a World Cup. Cape Verde brightening the life out of both of these finalists, the smallest country ever to reach the knockout stages. 9 African sides in the last 32, never happened before. Haaland dragging Norway to their first quarter-final. Ronaldo scoring in a 6th World Cup. Mbappe winning the Golden Boot and going past closer to stand alone on the top of the all-time list of scorers. 3 countries, 16 cities, 5.5 weeks, and it ends here. And the FIFA president up there with the president of the United States handing out the runners-up medals. Argentina gave this tournament a pulse at times. 3 magnificent comebacks that had no business happening, really. 90 minutes in total of extra time. A 39-year-old captain who turned most nights into theatre, but just not this one.
We're always lowering prices with Nectar and matching prices without this. It's good food for all of us.
They scrap too much, look fatigued, and the world champions have to settle for silver. The tears roll down the face of Lionel Messi. He knows that his fairy tale wanted one more page, but on this occasion, Ali McCoyston, Lee Dixon, football just said no.
Well, that basically sums it up, doesn't it? Broken-hearted, but the one thing I've got to mention before we go any further, I'm delighted the way things have calmed down, and I love the reaction between both sets of players when the Spanish lads were applauding the Argentinian boys when they were up getting their medals. What we saw at the end of the game was disgraceful. So
getting their medals not only from Donald Trump and Gianni Infantino, but Pedro Sanchez of Spain, the President, the Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, and the President of Mexico, Claudio Sheinbaum, as well. It is of little consolation to a man that has given us so many fantastic moments.
Yeah, I think that's the sign that maybe we're all fearful of, that is his last one, 43. Next time it comes round, he's given everything, and he's delighted a lot of people over the years. And what a player, absolute genius.
And now the moment of celebration. The Argentines sing to their fallen heroes, but the Spanish will now raise theirs up. Their flag unfurled, a giant World Cup will be behind them, and they're about to get their hands on just over 5 kilograms of 18-karat gold. It's only 14.5 inches tall, and it is waiting for Rodri to lift it. A moment to savour for the winners. Each player gets announced to the crowd in number order. And I think one thing we learned just by watching this is the sheer depth that this squad has had over the course of this 5.5 weeks.
Well, we said that, didn't we? You look at the substitutes, you know, that come off the bench for Spain, Suarez, Torres, Perna, Mourinho had a massive part to play, didn't it, with goals in quarter-finals and semi-finals, and obviously the chance in that game itself. But the squad that Spain had back them up, and listen, effectively, they are the best team in the tournament, they were the best team in the tournament, and that's why they're up there at this moment in time.
Ferran Torres going up now. Marcos Llorente started the World Cup as the right back, and then Pedro Porro took over. Fabian Ruiz and Rodri so important in the middle of the park in certain games of the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that that control that they have, whoever plays in that midfield area is key to everything. The back four's as good as anybody's we've seen of late, but the protection they get and the rhythm that they pass the ball out from the back, and everything is synced and together, and everything defensively, midfield, attacking-wise, you might say down the middle they don't score an awful lot of goals, but when you've got that much control of the game, eventually you will win most of them you play.
Pedro Porro got his first international goals at this tournament. Dani Olmo kissing the trophy. You're only allowed to touch it if you're ahead of state or you have won the thing. They can't wait to get their hands on it. There's Aymeric Laporte. He left Manchester City, ended up in Saudi Arabia. He's back now in Spain. And he was playing against the country of his birth in the semi-final, France, but he declared for Spain a few years ago and is now revelling that. Alex Baena, impressive. Williams thought he'd won it and then helped the ball back to Ferran Torres to ensure he won it. And a boy who became very much a man at this tournament, Lamine Yamal, whose name adorns the back of many a Spanish jersey. He's only at the beginning of his football journey, but he's already a European champion and now a world champion as well. Mikel Oyarzabal, what a tournament it's been for him. 5 at this tournament, 30 for his country. No one's ever scored more than 5. Lamine Yamal's little brother, who's been a social media star. I don't know if you've seen those videos, but he's been absolutely fantastic over the tournament as well. Kabasi and Unai Simon have already picked up their awards, and the champions now gearing up to lift the trophy for the first time in 16 years. Cucurella walks onto that podium. De La Fuente, he deserves a lot of credit, doesn't he? The teacher who today beat his own pupil. That defence that Cucurella was a big part of gave up just 1 goal over the course of the whole thing. It is very much a ethos where the team is first, a team that he devised. He was able to leave Pedri, Gavi, Williams, Marino, Ryan on the bench so often.
Well, he starts smart, a bigger pass in the tournament football is remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Is it 114 drawn 1? I mean, that's, have a think about that.
Well, he's a special guy in terms of what he's achieved with Spain. Looked after the youth ranks for a while, the Olympic team, and then progressed through to the senior side after a period of failure, really. But it's not like that anymore. And here comes the man who has won the Golden Ball for Player of the Tournament. He gets his medal, not for the first time, a winner of the Euros. In fact, he's won everything that's ever been available to him, and not many people can say that. He is the man who has literally completed football tonight. He had won most things. Now he's won it all. All that's left now is for the moment to celebrate the triumph. It's taken guts, but they get the glory. Rodri has the World Cup in his hands. The Spanish team takes centre stage, and so they should, because they are the ones who have made history. Rodri sends the World Cup into the sky, and Spain, the champions of Europe, champions of the world, are masters of the universe. significantly in the stadium. They have found a way, as they have done all tournament, to break their opponents' hearts. They have been the most ruthless, the most secure, and as the Argentines stream away, heartbroken and beaten, Spain relish a second World Cup win.
Spain celebrates as Lionel Messi exits stage left, but it's very much Spain's day in the MetLife Stadium. More reaction and more analysis to come in a couple of moments' time from our Brooklyn studio.
睇下，佢喺邊度？
Every 3 minutes, someone in the UK dies from cardiovascular disease. With the help of scientific research, these people survive.
如果你哋唔知我講嗰個 Donald Trump 咧，我揾俾你啦。Donald Trump 咧係明明係，如果你哋識呢個人咧，佢係主持，唔係就佢係一個美國嘅政府嘅人員嚟嘅，其中一個人員嚟嘅。唔知嗱，佢哋寫 Donald Trump 咧係6月14日1946年出世嘅。佢係出身係咧生意人嚟㗎，就呢度係寫到明嘅係佢係1971年咧，就佢家人係生意人嚟㗎，就唔知點解嘅咧，就佢無端端走去選政府咯。就 OK， 就呢個係唔關我事㗎吓。就呢個唔係我嘅範圍，係我嘅範圍入邊咧，就我嘅範圍入邊咧就最搞笑，咯。佢係網嗰度寫到明。咧45任 president 啊，係政府人員啊，就 president 就我轉 United States 啊，都係美國嘅政府人員啊，就 president 咧就係佢嘅 人員嗰度嘅 leader 嚟㗎，就真係佢嗰度係美國做得好大嗰度咯，就佢就我係唔明嗰度。係問題，咪就問題係呢一個，咪就好大個問題咯。呢個係咪就呢個啊嚇人咧政唔知總統定係政府啊？呢個人佢係應該喺企喺Donald Trump 嗰度嘅，就唔知點嗰個位置嘅，就唔知點解就 Donald Trump 無端端停咗喺度，係西班牙贏咗停咗喺度㗎嚇，就我係唔明呢一個，就堅係唔係我想鬧佢，我唔係想鬧 Donald Trump 啊，就Donald Trump 咧就企喺嗰度就一定咧係 Donald Trump 係一定係同翻嚟政府人員咧就台底交易㗎啦，我唔知有冇㗎啦，就但係大佬啊，就問題係大佬啊就西班牙同佢一個人邊度可以或者可以講到兩種語言嘅 Donald Trump， 就咪就我係唔捉佢，咪就我唔定佢唔識兩三種語言啦，就我都識廣東話同埋咪識講廣東話同埋識講埋英文咯，就係問題係咧就有啲政府問題係美國係唔應該俾西班牙知，有啲嘢係西班牙唔俾法國知㗎嘛，就西班牙好似西班牙贏就關Donald咪係咯，問題係關Donald Trump咩事嘅咧？係到人哋政府人員仲係咪？OK就喺呢度係紐約啦嚇，係派獎俾嗰啲足球員 ，OK 呢啲冇問題。係問題係咧，點解佢係人哋都未嚟紐約嗰度同佢哋本土嘅足球22、23個足球員慶祝嗰個慶祝呢個世界獎盃，點解佢係呢一個場面喺度嘅咧？就我都想知 嗰啲政治嘅嘢我唔理，但係我都要講嘅呢句樣嘢，唔好話人哋講英文嗰啲人講，唔係嗰啲講英文嘅國家都講啦，俾你聽下咯。
Stop there because there is no one who loves humiliating Donald Trump more than Donald Trump. So this morning, he woke up and thought, how about I go on a posting frenzy in the wake of the World Cup that makes me look like the idiot that I am? And of course, Donald Trump, unable to control himself, or at least unwilling, did exactly that. We are going to get into the post about the entire world that Donald Trump made that is blowing up in his face in the wake of the World Cup, but it all begins with one of the best humiliations I've seen of this disgusting narcissist throughout his entire presidency, Spain and the rest of the world doing exactly what we wanted them to. It begins in this article right here before we get to that post. Trump erased from World Cup celebration after selfish stunt. The president had tried to photobomb the champion's big moment. Donald Trump appears to have failed in his attempt to steal the spotlight from the new World Cup champions. The 80-year-old president did his best to share in the glory after Spain defeated Argentina in Sunday's final at the New Jersey MetLife Stadium, refusing to leave the stage after presenting the trophy to the Spanish team captain Rodri. In the end, he was ushered away by FIFA boss Gianni Infantino, and his photobombing attempts came to nothing as he was brutally edited out of pictures and clips from the celebration. This is the Spanish national team sharing on Twitter a photo and no Donald Trump. Following the awkward scene, Spain's official national team account shared photos and videos of the trophy lift, but did their best to avoid showing Donald Trump. Several posts used tight crops and focus only on the players, including one video that zoomed in on the squad to keep him out of the frame. In the only post where Trump is visible, he is seen from behind and he is being escorted off the stage, which is kind of a perfect visual, just get him away. The official FIFA account also posted a picture of Spain's trophy lift that cropped the president out. Of course, this is not the only time that Donald Trump has failed to steal the spotlight. Trump and Infantino were greeted by a wave of boos as they walked out onto the field for the opening ceremony, and Donald Trump was also booed during the national anthem, so it was not a successful day on the pitch for Trump. So Donald Trump, as he always is, was humiliated on the world stage, and it is funny given the comments that he had just previously made about Spain a couple of days ago at the NATO summit. Donald Trump wanted to be all in with the team and hang out and pretend he was a part of it. That's weird considering he said this, which has to do exactly with the insane post he just made.
I spoke to, I didn't speak to Spain. Spain is a wasted cause. We don't want to do any trade business with Spain anymore, by the way. I'd like to cut it out. Spain is a terrible partner in NATO. They don't participate, they don't pay. I don't want anything to do with Spain. Cut off all trade with Spain, please, including visits. Okay, we don't want anything to do. Watch them come running back. Oh, they'll come running back. They treat this man terribly, and this man's a good man too, a great man. They're lucky to have him. But Spain doesn't agree to anything, and you shouldn't carry him. I mean, you sort of automatically carry because you're protecting an area, so they're there. So they probably figure they have to protect us, right? But we don't have to. We don't have to trade with them. I don't want to do any more trade with them. All right? Take it immediately. Don't even talk to them. They're hopeless. Bad people because, you know, they have everybody else going and paying and working in Spain. In particular Spain. There are a couple of others, but in particular Spain. They're open about it. They're hostile about it. And let's see how hostile they remain when they call up and say, please, we want to trade with you, sir. We want to trade with you, sir. They make so much money with us, and we're going to see that they make a lot less. I want no business with them.
Donald Trump is the biggest bandwagoner on the planet. He's attacking Spain, saying we shouldn't trade with them, we shouldn't allow them to travel here. And by the way, it's because Spain is supportive and their government is supportive and their prime minister is supportive of the cause of the Palestinian people in protecting their human rights and their human dignity in the land that is rightfully theirs. And so that's why Donald Trump doesn't like Spain. Let's make that clear. But it's also because no European countries want to come to Donald Trump's defense in his aggressive war on Iran on behalf of Israel. And so that is why Donald Trump is freaking out. So the European countries didn't let him hang out during the World Cup, humiliating. The European countries didn't come to his defense in his war, or not his defense, his offense during the war. And so now Donald Trump, feeling humiliated by the world, is posting this utter nonsense. Trump wrote on Truth Social, every time Iran kills an American soldier, they will pay for that killing many times over. This directive has been passed on to the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Daniel Kaine, and every leader in the military. Donald Trump, the idiot that he is, believes he is currently living in a scripted reality show. He still thinks that this is The Apprentice or WWE, that if he just pretends that he's a big, strong, tough guy, everyone will bend. Everyone will be so afraid that he's going to fire, or I guess in this instance, kill him. But it hasn't worked. Donald Trump's entire strategy through this failed war on Iran, on behalf of Israel, by the way, has been to yell and to scream and to post and to say that he's going to eradicate an entire civilization. But nobody believes it, especially because our allies won't back us up, and they shouldn't. And all the while, Pete Hegseth, who also hasn't done anything to end this war or give America any leverage, has decided that the way that we will open the Strait of Hormuz is with testosterone injections for our troops. Pete, the strait isn't closed because the guys aren't jacked up on steroids enough to open it. It is closed because both of you are stupid morons. Our country will continue to fall apart as long as idiots are in office, so please, please get them out. That is my plea. That is my plea. Get the idiots out of office. It's like it's the only way that we'll be able to fix anything. These people are truly, truly stupid. Like they are. Like there is nothing about Pete Hegseth that screams intelligence or know-how or strategy. But that is why Donald Trump likes him. Donald Trump likes Pete Hegseth because he is a goober, because he is a moron, because he does kind of satiate this desire for stupid answers to really smart questions, right? How do we go about winning a war that we've already lost? We should just get out of it. That's one. But like the questions that Donald Trump wants answered, how do we deal with a broken immigration system in America? Now, Donald Trump doesn't actually want to deal with it. Donald Trump just wants to scream and stoke, racial resentments and like fear of immigrants. But Donald Trump takes this big, very complicated question that needs a real answer and smart people and policymakers, and he just goes, oh, quite frankly, we'll build a wall. And that's not a solution. That's a solution to a stupid person, because a stupid person goes like, I'm sorry that I did the Southern accent. I'll find some other accent. I'm from the South. It's fine. But they go, well, I think Mr. Trump, a lot of people in the South voted for Trump. If you're in Georgia, well, I guess 2020, this does not apply to you. It doesn't apply to you if you're a good person in the South. Okay. Moving along. The stupid person hears Trump say build a wall and goes, well, I think that's going to work because walls keep people out. Can't get over a wall. I think that's smart, Mr. Trump. You got it. That's just not true. And Donald Trump didn't even build a wall. He built a fence that like falls apart and people climb him. And also, it's just another grift. And they haven't even built it. It's not a real solution. All to say that this is an administration run by stupid people for stupid people, because they sell them on these stupid ideas, and it gets us in harm's way. Like the way that you win a war is not just to kill a bunch of people. Like remember Vietnam? First of all, that is a war that we never should have stood. A great failure in American history. But to say that like, oh, okay, well, we'll just kill a bunch of people. That's how we win. We killed more Vietnamese people than they killed Americans. What was it, like 1 million to 40,000? There's no metric by which we won that war, because killing people is not like a tally of success. It's not like you're getting points up in a basketball game. We're not playing to 21. Like, this is ridiculous. Ones and twos, by the way. This is ridiculous. And so Trump appeals to the idiots who love him by being like, well, we're just going to kill more people, and that's going to terrify them because we're so big, bad, and strong. But we're actually not big, bad, and strong. And that is exactly what that post has to do with the World Cup. It's that Donald Trump wants to be in on the action. Donald Trump wants to be with the winners. Donald Trump wants to be with the great athletes. But Donald Trump is none of those things, especially a great athlete, because he's filled with Big Macs. But this plan doesn't work, and it's not just that I'm saying that. Guys, it's gotten so bad that even Fox is saying that. Fox's Joey Jones warns Trump simply dropping bombs on Iran strategy isn't working after 2 soldiers killed. Even Fox saying that is like wild that we've gotten to this point that Fox has to say it. It's just, I just can't. It is just a true level of stupidity that I cannot believe. Well, I can believe it from Donald Trump. But it is the problem. It is the problem with like simple solutions for dummies. And that is what Donald Trump runs on. And honestly, my advice to Democrats, use that communication style. Like, you don't have to implement dumb policy, but you really should be speaking in simple terms. Like, instead of talking about breaking up the monopoly on search that Google has, just say, like, we're going to go after the people who are spying on you. I just think that is a much more aesthetic and simple solution to a communication problem when people will be like, well, I like Google. I do my searches there. It's like, well, yeah, they're a monopoly and they're making search worse. But like, these are the way that we should frame things. Because that's what Donald Trump does, and he appeals to that very important slice of the pie, which is stupid people. Because that's Donald Trump's biggest demo, right? That's the way that he communicates. He communicates for them. But even though he is a master of speaking stupid, because he's had a lot of, a lot of work on it in his life, it's not registering right now. It's really not landing for Donald Trump, because this is his approval rating.
Break free with the new Opera GX, the browser that puts you in control with a brand new design.
Fresh new polling on the president's popularity, but not as far as the president's.
Donald Trump 真係好戇鳩㗎。講真，我都唔想佢係美國嗰度做總統㗎。唔好話係就佢選中咗，但係我係問題係好明顯嗰度係對於佢自己一個人諗到嘅嘢咧，就諗到嘅嘢好似炸伊朗，佢有冇諗到咧？就我係咁樣講出嚟啊嚇，就佢有冇諗到咧？佢如果佢去炸伊朗嘅話，伊朗係一定唔夠同美國鬥嘅喎。就如果同美國鬥嚟講，佢哋就佢伊朗嗰啲人就全部去晒，全部嗰啲市民全部去晒，咪真係自殺式去同美國鬥。有冇諗到呢一點咧？第二，佢炸咗伊朗啦。OK， 就如果伊朗冇嗰啲槍啊、戰機啊、火炮啊嗰啲嘢，就因為講嗰啲 weapon 啊，冇嗰啲 weapon， 那就佢哋係唔識去，佢就真係縮到咧，整個走去美國嗰度去自殺式咁樣炸，去美國地方炸㗎喎。 佢自己覺得一個人覺得開心嘅話，佢有冇諗到如果其實嗰啲伊朗嘅人無端端去到美國嗰度捉住佢嘅仔女老婆嚟咁樣自殺式嚟謀殺咧？係 Donald Trump 係佢會揾到揾邊個嚟報仇，又係炸佢哋嘅咯喎。佢有冇諗過呢樣嘢咧？產生呢個仇恨嚟做乜嘢咧？嚇！我都想問 Donald Trump 呢一樣嘢啊！我係唔想講出嚟，就佢呢個人咧就講咗出嚟，我嘅咪講咗呢一樣嘢出嚟咯。Donald Trump真係蠢人一個，就咁樣講爆咗出嚟啦。
Concerned fresh like a daisy. With us now, CNN chief data analyst Harry N. This doesn't smell good.
No, the cake is getting baked, and what's being baked ain't daisies, I'll tell you that much. I mean, just take a look here. Okay, Trump's not approving. You know, a lot of stuff has happened over the last few months. Has any of that really lifted Trump from record lows for these given pollsters or second record lows? Not really. I mean, just take a look here. The Washington Post, his all-time lowest was minus 25 points back in April in terms of his net approval rating. It's approval minus disapproval. Now, it's the second worst, tied for the second worst of all time at minus 24 points. CNBC was at the second lowest level at minus 18 points, and now he's at the record low for him in CNBC, minus 19 points. When you put it together, what essentially is going on is there are a lot of events in the world, but this cake, as we get closer and closer to the midterm elections, is starting to look at least a little bit baked here.
All right, I mean, I suppose you could say if you're Republican, the good news is it's not getting worse, but you actually need to be getting better.
Correct. These are horrible numbers, Johnny B.
So put it in historical perspective.
Yeah, just how horrible are these numbers? I mean, it's the worst this century for a president at this point in his second term when you look at an average of the CNBC and Washington Post polls. I mean, we're talking about right here the average of CNBC and Washington Post, minus 22 points. Barack Obama was underwater, but not anywhere near this level. He was at minus 8. And George W. Bush, in the middle of the Iraq War, when that was going south, he was at minus 20 points. So at this point, Donald John Trump is, in fact, holding the record for the lowest net approval rating for a president in a second term at this point in the second term of any president in the 21st century.
And if you think that's bad,
and if you think this is bad, what is driving this number? It's independence, baby. It's independence. Look, all time worst at this point in a second term net approval rating among independents. Donald John Trump, this segment has been about baking. He takes the cake at minus 45 points among independents. Even worse than Richard Milhouse Nixon, who was about to leave office because of Watergate, who had previously held the record at minus 37 points, and the aforementioned George W. Bush at minus 31 points. Donald John Trump, the worst ever rating, net approval rating, with independents at this point in a second term.
He is only going to become more unpopular. Like, if you think that one, things are getting better, unfortunately, and I hate to say this because I get enjoying it, they're not. But also, Donald Trump doesn't want things to be better. That is something that we should really understand. That Donald Trump doesn't want things to be better because he has no interest in winning the midterms. Donald Trump does have an interest in stealing the midterms. And that is a very scary reality. And it is why we need to be more hair on fire about everything, because it's not hair on fire. It's not freaking out. It's not, the libs going crazy. It is taking this moment seriously. And we are going to on this show. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video. If you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. Keep on fighting, y'all. Don't let them silence you. Until next time.
Okay. 咪同你講啊，呢個2個鐘頭前嘅，係俾佢哋睇下佢哋點樣react。
Why not earn some free rewards while you're at it? All you need to do is download Buff, let it run in the background as you play.
Strong feelings about Argentina there. And during the Obviously, Spain won in the World Cup final against what? Oh my gosh, she startled me. Against strong feelings about Argentina there. And during the victory, first I'm going to play what seems to be a hot mic on an Australian broadcast where they're already thinking about, will the team be able to edit Trump out of these celebration photos? And let me just tell you, it almost...
呢度寫，咪就呢讀呢個係 Spain 嚟嘅喎，就 Donald Trump 係呢度喎。
Photos, and let me just tell you, I don't want to spoil it, but I can spoil it. Spain definitely edited Trump out of these celebration photos. So here's an Australian broadcast covering the victory and then noticing that Trump was having a really hard time getting himself out of the frame. As the FIFA president is desperately trying to get him out of the frame.
In 2026, the champions of the world are Spain!
喂，佢哋有冇講錯啊？佢講錯英文啊？唔係 United States 咩？點解佢哋講咗Spain 嘅？
Is now, so they can edit him out of that.
See, that last part was clearly not supposed to be on the broadcast, but you can hear the guy saying.
Now, so they can edit him out of that.
Okay, good. Okay, they can edit him out. And look at this. They did indeed. They did indeed. Where is he? I thought he was right here. Where is he? Now, I remember, was it a different? It was a different soccer game that Trump also crashed the celebration photo, and they edited him out of that on their website. But let me play for you the full-length clip where you can see the... What was that? I don't know what's happening. Apologies. X is giving me problems. But here's the full-length clip where you can see the FIFA president trying to get the honorary winner of the FIFA Peace Prize off of the stage for a moment.
One final act on this incredible summer of soccer for Rodri to lift the trophy and for the celebrations to begin both here and overseas.
My Lego.
Introducing the all-new Game & Launcher. Discover unique games. Import your libraries. Expand your ecosystem.
俾你睇下咯。
Tell him to do it. It's happening again.
Narcissistic piece of trash and global embarrassment, Donald Trump had to try and make the FIFA World Cup final about himself, but thankfully, Spain has
President of the United States on the field. Alongside Gianni Infantino of FIFA. President of the United States.
講真啦，講真啦，呢一句咪講真呢一句啊。所以如果Donald Trump咪就講真就我唔介意佢係喺度啊，就好似派嗰啲乜好似邊個贏咗派獎杯勝啊，佢喺度就乜嘢啦，就派嗰啲獎牌啊獎杯啊，要佢喺度就另計，真係啊，就如係問題係咧，我話如果啊嚇，佢係人哋國家球隊嗰度嚟一齊影相嘅咧，就嚟講係一個傻瓜咯，就又唔係佢俾錢訓練22、23個人，就佢第二就佢係呢個係英文講 Spain 啦，就中文係西班牙啦，就唔係 United States 係美國啊，係佢嘅祖國贏咗都一齊影咧。就人哋唔會咁樣做啊！就佢係嬲，咪就真係我哋唔會講佢，又唔會咧對佢噶。對我嚟，咪就真係我睇法啦。就佢出嘅阿根廷又唔係佢嘅祖國嘅國家，咪兩隊都唔係啦，就唔使緊張，咪加上咧就唔使爭住影相噶喎。真係如果英格蘭咧就英格蘭其中一我喺度係中國係倫敦贏咗波，我就即刻咪我都會即刻衝咗去嗰度嚟同中國人一齊，中國球隊嚟一齊影相。 影相係一個正常嘅事，或者香港贏咗世界盃咧就一齊，其實我就尊重佢，人哋唔大佬啊，所以人哋唔會怪我喎，所以香港係我嘅出世地方，中國係我嘅祖國，一齊影相，人哋會唔會怪我啊？就佢哋都唔會怪我啦，就佢哋係明我嘅，就當初就無端端係邊個就同人哋一齊影相咧，就係一個我哋全部人一個咧最多啲負面關係㗎咋。
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players across the globe in massive battles on tanks.
The Trump effect, the Trump curse, that's what many are saying is the cause of Argentina.
US President Donald Trump and FIFA boss Gianni Infantino were met by boos on Sunday at the end of the 2026 World Cup final in New Jersey. But the boos turned to cheers as they handed the trophy to Spain's captain Rodri after the team's 1-0 win over defending champions Argentina. Trump and Infantino drew intense criticism earlier in the tournament after FIFA lifted a ban on US player Folarin Balogun after Trump intervened. But Sunday was all about Spain, the last team standing after 104 matches between 48 teams over more than 5 weeks.
Spain has got their revenge on US President Donald Trump after winning the World Cup against Argentina right in front of him. Trump presented the FIFA World Cup trophy to Spain after humiliating them just weeks ago at NATO and throughout his second term. Former White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney reacted to Trump congratulating Spain, saying he was a little bit perturbed and was sure the president was hoping to present the World Cup to Argentina instead.
I think Donald Trump was a little bit perturbed by the fact that Spain won, and Spain is not the most pro-American country right now. Argentina is. So I'm sure Trump was rooting for Argentina, but that's fun.
Trump even hinted that he was supporting Argentina, praising their superstar Lionel Messi and saying it's hard to bet against him.
Yeah, but I would say that it's hard to bet against Messi. I watched that pass. I guess you'd call it a pass. It was exactly perfect. Although it takes some talent to hit the ball off the head.
FIFA President Gianni Infantino deemed the World Cup a success Friday, again lauding President Donald Trump for his role in the event and saying the tournament achieved its mission of uniting people from all corners of the globe.
Full stadiums, 7 million people in the stadium, tens of millions in the cities in America, in Canada, in Mexico, billions in front of their TV, everyone enjoying the game with happiness, with joy, with peace, and the American dream, Mr. President, came to reality.
Trump hosted a reception for Infantino and international soccer stars.
And I want to congratulate every team that made the 2026 World Cup one of the all-time greatest sporting events in history. And I think beyond a sporting event, this has been not just a sporting event. This has been far beyond a sporting event. This has been something very, very special. So good luck to Spain and Argentina on Sunday, and May the best team win.
Argentina and Spain will face off Sunday in the first all-Spanish-speaking World Cup final since the inaugural 1930 tournament, when host Uruguay defeated Argentina 4-2 in Montevideo.
When people hear the words print on demand, they picture a graphic slapped onto a basic tee. That's not necessarily how you build a brand. In fact, this is print on demand too. I didn't buy any.
好問啊，揾到啦，最後噶啦。
Не хватает сейчас рассудка Паредесу. Зачем он это сделал? Потому что это Паредес. Ничего не поделаешь. Кстати, еще один футболист, который начинал под 10-м номером, когда он начинал, его еще даже называли новым Рикельми некоторое время. Мне кажется, сейчас аргентинцы это умышленно делают. И еще желтая карточка Паредесу. Им вот это впрыск адреналина этого от зверина.
But Messi's up again, tries to go between Spence and Anderson. Is sandwiched by the two of them. Messi goes tumbling down. That's a free kick. And now all of the Argentina players are saying, how about that free yellow card?
And he's going to give him, believe it or not, the first real crunching tackle that England have put in. He's going to book him. I can't believe it. The referee, I mean, he's been bullied here by the Argentinian players. As soon as the challenge went in, they all surrounded him as if none of them had made a challenge the whole game.
And now the players are all gathering around again. They're sort of like pushing and shoving. Fingers are being pointed. The yellow card has been shown. I mean, it was a double challenge by Spence and Anderson, I think.
Аргентинцев не вышло ничего. Испания чемпион мира. Ля Фурия Роха второй раз в истории. Просто прошивает эту звезду на свою форму над своей эмблемой. И кто скажет, что это незаслуженно? 8 матчей, 8 тяжелейших матчей для Испании. 7 из них в сухую. Обыграны Франция, Португалия, Бельгия и чемпионы мира на закуску аргентинцы.
Players wanted a free kick there, several of them standing palms apart, and then Elliot Anderson was caught by Enzo Fernandez. That's a free kick.
That's an awful challenge. That's a really poor challenge. This is getting tasty.
Jude Bellingham's pointed that out. There's a bit of shoving and pushing going on. Anderson's still down and still milling around.
He's absolutely clobbered into the back of him there, John, Enzo Fernandez. He didn't like the initial challenge that Elliot Anderson put in on Messi, and he went and took retribution. Elliot Anderson, he's gone into the back of him, but it looks to me like he's put his arm across the back of him.
Red shirts racing back as fast as they can. Oh my word! I've seen it all now. Enzo Fernandez for Argentina. Bedlam in Atlanta. In added time.
Jack at a 33-year-old now. Martin is supposed to retreat, but he's in front of the ball, but Jacka just swings right through and catches a Canadian forward. This is a contentious one for the referee. Мне кажется, что Ильгизу Танташеву стоит обратить внимание на то, как футболисты сборной Парагвая играют против французов, потому что судья как будто бы решил отпустить эмоции футболистов в свободное плавание, и это может перетечь, если не в драку, то вот в такие потасовки. Галарси зачем-то пришел спорить, а ведь он в первом тайме должен быть просто благодарен арбитру, что его не удалили с поля за удар по Килиану Мбаппе, который идеально отомстил.
There's Lima on Gonzalez. Oh, and then Lima getting involved. There's a yellow card there for Medina and for Lima. Egyptian referee right in the middle of it.
Did well. Straight in there, sorted it out.
Still staying up late gaming solo? With Hacko AI, get the ultimate companion for your playtime.
I noticed that the enemy jungle ram us.
Confidence up!
Wow, that overgrown tunnel.
Здрасте, Джозеф Скалли и Себастьян Белькартер на поле появились, но толку от этого не задержала атака американская, здесь еще и страсти. Черкати успокаивает Баладуна, Фриман успокаивает Сутера, хотя он на сантиметров там сколько? 15 ниже. Дядька, посмотрите на него, а? Какая же верзила.
Well, the intensity is stepped up a level. And down goes Escalante. And there will be a yellow card for Michael Elise.
But then committed the foul. Just a few little signs of Portuguese frustration here.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. He's having a stretch of the old calves, KM, but he's put a shift in, that's for sure. Might see a change there soon.
Наверное. Ничего не получилось. 1 минута у сборной Узбекистана еще есть, но мяч будет у колумбийцев. Пока Луис Диас автор победного гола.
Попробовать пробить, но там опять парагвайская стеночка, надежная, которой практически нет никакой лазейки, а здесь...
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable. You're irresponsible, too many obstacles. You gotta stop the road, you gotta take it slow. You can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.
There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. You just gotta take that.
Doesn't get a free kick for that.
You can take it all back.
There's not too much
Don't tell me you believe that.
Первый точно штрафной удар в пользу африканцев. Они уже, по-моему, всей команды бросились вперед, там на половине поля вот Зюар один вратарь стоит. Возможно, он еще штрафную площадь пойдет.
Промахов на выходе, подача за офицера, опять примерно в ту же зону. You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat him in the better than you face it. Thinking that they're giving him your knives, just break it. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying. I'm not playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faked it. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore. I don't wanna hear it anymore. These fucking thoughts are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor-ass haters with your heads in the clouds. Talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth. If I do, won't speak out. It's about to
С Гонсалом интересно.
Симеона пошел, он хотел получить этот фол.
Потом не отпустила и добила.
Ой, ой.
Желтая карточка. Да, это, конечно, не выходка Зинедина Зидана в 2006 году.
Who delivers? It's a great cross in the case of Laura. Is there once again?
And it's getting twitchy and tetchy. Brazil are infuriated. They know what this is going to mean to millions and millions who wear the yellow shirt.
Well, if you're going to lose the right way. It's over for the Brazil players.
Fallen behind in this tournament until this game, but now they've shown the resolve to get themselves level. And a yellow card for Paredes. And this is interesting how these things start to swing.
And it's so easy if you're Switzerland now you've got your goal, we're going to drop off and we're going to be the ones to be compact and drop into our own half, but this is a moment, you've got Argentina,
which means Ibarro's gone.
Want to strengthen your math and computer science skills? Try Brilliant. It's an effective and fun way to learn, built for the way your mind actually works. Every lesson is visual and interactive, so concepts make...
Switzerland down to 10 men.
It's a decent ball in. Well. Bernardo Silva. Being taken out of the complaints in his own clubmates.
Pickford's coming. Gets a good punch. He might have been clattered. He's down. I think he might have been clattered by his own man.
That's what the Norwegian players are saying. It's his own man.
It's going to be a yellow card. First booking of the game. He found himself on the end of the referee's eye.
Now being allowed on the field. Heka there and Saibari, and again those two are squaring up nose to nose. They're exchanging shoves behind the play out of the frame of the picture that you're seeing at home. Dutch bench were all leaping up to yell and scream about it.
Oh, I was going to say, Leao's got a problem. He's got cramp. And then, as soon as the ball came up to him, he delivers one of the best balls you'll see in this tournament.
There's a yellow card for Ivan Perisic, who's just clattered into Ruben Diaz.
Женя, в игре нет, может быть выход 1 на 1, а может быть и красная. Но нет, или да, или нет, или да. Какая красная карточка! Ну, буквально все может случиться уже в матче открытия. Мы видели первый гол, видели первый...
Кстати, что происходит сейчас был? Ой-яй-яй-яй! Это кто ж так сыграл? Это, конечно, красная карточка. Это, конечно, Энцо Фернандес. Это было не как в энциклопедии Уэнца. Еще один аргентинец, удаленный в финале чемпионата мира.
For the first time for 60 years. But Argentina dug deep, and the world champions have won through those goals from Enzo Fernandez and Lautaro Martinez. That one set up by Lionel Messi, and Lionel Messi will take Argentina, the defending champions, to New Jersey for a World Cup final against Spain and England. So near, but yet so far. England out to the defending champions, just like 4 years ago in Qatar.
Сегодня совершенно точно не разочарованы. Может быть, если не содержанием и постоянным нервом игры, то, во всяком случае, результатом, которого добивается, пока добивается. Причину этого удаления, но она все-таки становится понятной. Опыт!
And tempers flare as contact is made with the goalkeeper. It was there for them there. And it's a chance that just disappears from their grasp as a few start to lose their heads. Yellow card thrust in the air towards Carlos Harvey, I think. What a moment. What a moment it was. Nearly when the goalkeeper gets a touch on it, heads it down to Diaz. Tough to get a lot of power on it from the header Fernandez, so then a little bit of afterwards.
some frustration up there, and the goalkeeper is still on it.
Так что тут нет правил приличия, так сказать. Штрафной, так и есть. Да. Рано или поздно так было бы. Это невыносимо, если у тебя на ноге сидит 10 парагвайцев, которые защищаются буквально всю свою жизнь. Сегодня уже был матч, в котором было показано, по-моему, 8 желтых карточек. Нетипично для этого чемпионата мира. И Стас Старшев, я думаю, понимает, за какую игру он взялся. А тут еще есть парни, которые и у сборной Франции отсюда лапочки. Это и Дембеле, и Ракьон, и, конечно, Мбаппе. Кубас просто приклеился к Мбаппе. Мбаппе даже не докупился с Мбаппе только сегодня.
That was an arm up there. And has he touched at the spot here? There's certainly a question being asked.
Collects, takes it as far as he can. He's sent to the turf, and there's going to be a yellow card, and it's going to be shown to Guarawanatilla. So we saw Belgium come back from a 2-goal deficit to get.
Neymar rolls it in. Is their time now? Is it their time? Well, here the little badge of honour. Norway just try for the referee's final whistle.
Masterful. Messi kicking off.
Feisty, isn't it?
Posh.
The yellow card, yeah.
I think that's for Posh, the yellow card. I tell you what, Chris, after the goal, there was something going on just before kick-off. David Alaba came forward and was in conversation with one of the Argentina players. Something's happened down there, and it's got niggly.
It's Posh, actually. He runs into Almada, the little Argentinian. Just a bit late, he catches it. But not too posh to push. It's a yellow card.
Как будто бы сдвоенный центр пытался здесь сделать с Хименесом. По ногам получает Гальярдо, так считает сборная Мексики. Мексиканцы пока красная карточка, серьезный фол сделал Кванса. Англия остается в меньшинстве 2-1. Вот это...
Medivo pressed by Kone so far, Andros, as this yellow card comes out from Medivo. This yellow card comes out from Medivo.
Oh no, it looks like he's, I think he's broken his leg, Seb. Oh god.
Oh no. Look at the reaction. Emotions running high. Well, it's Marcone, one of the top performers for Canada. Larrea, who's one of the more experienced heads.
More from Uruguay. Another challenge comes in right this time. Canobio given his marching orders. And you just felt something like that was in the air. Overly fiery. And Uruguay look as though they're going to make an early World Cup exit as Canobio jogs off the pitch as a result of this.
Yeah, straight legs. Screaming directions for his side. Kanji and Elvedi, the set.
Get hit.
Oh, now then, this could be a problem for Iraq.
Sadio Mane managed to wriggle free. It was Rebin Shalaka, I think, who just had a...
She's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. All around say her body is fantastic. All natural gold, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a bad chick. Yeah, there's whispers all around, say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying.
А Мексике надо отыгрываться. Сумасшедший матч. Я не знаю, как спать после такого. Еще в себя приходить 2 часа придется. А они ведь могут в то время уйти. Единственный, кто спокоен на футбольном поле, я так смотрю, это Алиреза Пагани.
But the Qataris are crumbling.
Again, runs away from Bellingham, and Messi's on the ground, and Bellingham turns, and there's a little reaction there from Jude Bellingham with Messi flat on his face, and so the Argentina players get involved. They know what they're doing here. This is all wasting seconds. Enzo Fernandez is saying something to Bellingham. Still Messi's on the ground, and England now, the frustration here is potentially boiling over. Harry Kane just trying to
That's a very good pass. Xhaka tries to get there, and he's well. Munoz getting set to the ball, so he just shoots his body, and there's a yellow card for Xhaka for the foul on Munoz.
Yeah, it's probably right as well. Спокойно сохраняет мяч, хоть и пытается заманкать и выбить его у Лиса, и у Лиса достает круглую ногу, обладатель золотого мяча и капитан сборной Испании.
It'll run straight to the arms of Maxime Crépin. The Fuchs are getting into it. Looks like he did started that look gave a shot on the round. Michael over right in the middle to sort this out. Canada, just be careful. Sometimes things like this change the momentum of a game. Hakimi knows what he's doing, that's why he's pushing Larea. He knows that Larea can be a little hot-headed at times. The Fuchs getting involved, don't take any partner.
And there might be a slight bit of frustration on Hakimi's side, as you said, but he's not doing that out of frustration, he's also doing it because he knows that he needs to try and get a Canada right.
Yeah, he's been ineffective in the game, he has no part in it, he's one of the world's best players, that's probably the world's best right back, and he's barely touched the ball, he's been absolutely dealt with by Richie Larea and Ali Ahmed on that far side.
The ball process, Nico Williams took it out there, had to be a yellow card. De La Cruz had something to say to Williams, and temper's really getting frayed now. Canobio involved as well.
Nico Williams just needs to calm it down. De La Cruz makes a foul, yes, it's a foul. It's a yellow card, rightly so. He's probably not going to be playing any more football in this tournament.
That's brilliantly done by Lautaro.
Just keep his cool, he knows. They are heading to the next round and they keep their cool. Lautaro Martinez doesn't need to react. Brilliant play by him. Brilliant play to frustrate Egypt.
Foul. Vargas is unlucky there when it's immaterial. They have been unfortunate with injuries.
Атака идет. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой, Сесар Монтес, какая карточка. Тут же сбежались к судье мексиканские футболисты.
Congo throw.
Just Charles Pickle.
More. Oh, caught on the edge of the box. That's going to be a free kick. Maybe another booking here.
Still.
Сохранить мяч парагвайцам удалось. И они могут получить очень гул возмущения. Это парагвайские болельщики, которые такое прощают только своей команде. Другим ясное дело.
You have to be offside. It was. That was a collector's item, the early flag. And England coming from behind in this stadium. Oh, and Jordan Pickford's trying to get the ball back off Simeone. Grabbed it.
Мбаппе мстит Касарусу. Касарус мстит Мбаппе. Это все читалось. Веласкес пришел здесь.
Контратаку соперника. Опа! Что здесь? Здесь падение. Актер к углу. Лежит штраф.
The red card to Tarik Muhamovic. And Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Messi on the right. His cross to the back post is headed in! It's 2-1 Argentina. And Lautaro Martinez from point blank range. He could hardly miss. Messi's cross.
He's got some support from Thomas Rodriguez. It's going to be a free kick and a yellow card.
Put in by De Bruyne. Good one for Berenvand, the goalkeeper, who's taken a knock, I think, amongst the melee. But that was such a typical De Bruyne cross, plenty of menace.
And that's exactly why it was such an issue for Berenvand. Because
now in Ciso. Challenged by Irvine. And I wonder if the referee will go to his pocket for the first time. Yes, he will. Bit late there. Checks Irvine.
Кстати, для Густаво Альфаро это не первый чемпионат мира, но давайте скажем о том, что прошлое мировое первенство он тоже
навес на дальний. И мяч уходит. То есть совсем не получился этот стандарт у сборной Узбекистана. Энтони Тейлор уже так нападают на него.
He only got better.
Now the challenge on Yassin, which was unnecessarily aggressive from Casemir. He's apologised for it, but it won't spare him a yellow card.
A number of people around the stadium with their phones out ready for that moment. He's really not moving well at all.
Confidence building the time period there for Japan.
Painful one there for Vinicius Junior, and the referee may well want
Witsel. And stretching for it, he's caught Rodri, and there's a card coming his way.
And then McAllister just held his body position there. Mazza bounced off him. And now it will be stopped because of a concern for a head injury for Ibrahim Mazza.
Well, it has been breathless, hasn't it? Particularly during the spell in the game where Argentina were really pushing to come back. Lautaro Martinez just...
The pitch in the back four within the width of the 18-yard box.
So England have to defend their first call. And Simeone, who... I mean, if you told me that Simeone...
Can that change? And it can in a moment. Just think they're not as dynamic, and we're going to get the game's first yellow card right out of the gates in the second half.
He's a jump there. Just with a little shove on the back of Brian Roby. We kind of said how much time each player felt from that one. If there's a player 5 yards and won't really go that extra yardage.
Too much of his technical side yet, but when it comes, and Bolo. Well, Argentina not happy with the challenge.
First glance, it just looked as though his legs were swept away.
Late on and puffing without threatening enough, really. The yellow card here. And it's going to go to Jean-Jacques for his challenge. And they have made a change in the last few moments. The referee
3 points. Another whistle in the middle, free kick. As it is Romo who is down. The 30 was
given away by Romero. Anderson surging run through the middle, goes down under the challenge, and then it bounces away. Anderson still getting involved with, I think is it Paredes who was down there? No, it's Enzo Fernandez again, the two of them involved, and actually the referee brought it back for a foul on Paredes.
It's absolute bedlam down there. It really is. Thomas Tuchel down beneath us on the touchline.
You bring up there is look at the press coming from Messi. He's going to make the foul, but about his starting position. I think sometimes it's overstated how much he will walk in different moments because when he has possession...
Boston and English.
Wow. Метватрина.
Киновалдис. Здесь первая желтая карточка. Начинает страсти разгораться. Киновалдис, который выступает под 11 номером и играет за Ювентус. Тоже, естественно, в старте. Давайте посмотрим, что здесь было. Здесь вот такой подкат. Очень...
Two players are down for Uruguay in separate incidents, and now a yellow card.
By Kenny McLean there. The yellow's out. You can see the reaction from Josué Casimir down there. Apparent agony and no.
Gutierrez challenge coming from behind. Referee whistles is dead. It appears a yellow card is coming out. It does. Takes Jung Ho into the book.
Yeah, it was a strong challenge, wasn't it? Совсем там в глубине впереди. И опять игра на коротке, нарушение правил, что вторая желтая карточка. Так и есть. Второе в матче предупреждение, его получает Александр.
好啦，就咁乜嘢啊？咁個直播就明星垃圾。如果未 subscribe 我嘅咧，就 subscribe 我啊，訂閱我啊。就如果啱睇嚟講咧，俾個 like 俾我啊，唔該，麻煩你啦。好啦，拜拜。